Young man?
I'm not required to give my name.
Why not?
Do I need to?
Is there a reason you don't want to?
Prefer not to.
Okay. I'd probably advise you not to stand here. It's quite dangerous for you to stand
So I'm
here.
responsible for my own safety.
I know you are. Is there a reason you're standing at the rear of a police station?
We already spoke. Like, what's all this about, bro?
No, I did speak.
Can you tell him just to leave us alone, like? Yeah. So why you come back out?
Do you have
We've had a chat. That's it. Done.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, let's leave it at that.
Yeah,
that's coming back out.
I did speak with you.
Well, I work here, and I want to know why you're outside the
You
building.
don't need to know, do you? It's none of your business.
Well, what are you
I'm
up
in a
to?
public place. It's not any of your business, is it?
Makes me a bit suspicious, though.
Oh, then that's.
Especially with
You're
your
paranoid
attitude.
then.
It's very bad.
Alright guys, here we go. A simple question sparks it all. What are you doing today? Sounds harmless, right? But instantly, tension creeps in. The officer gives a number, not a name, building distance instead of trust. This isn't illegal, but it feels cold. And that's the problem. Policing isn't just about power, it's about connection. And right here, you can already feel that connection slipping away.
What's wrong with my attitude?
Well, you're
You
quite
just come up to
aggressive.
me, started recording me,
Yeah.
asking my name, asking questions.
That's because you've got
When I've already
cameras.
spoke with this, we've already spoken with this gentleman. So it's just a bit unusual, isn't it?
Not really. I think it's a bit unusual hanging around the back of a police station.
Well, I'm in a public place. I've got freedom of movement. If I want to stand there, I'll stand there as much as I like. Do you identify yourself? Yeah, that's not very good, is it? Could you like say the number, where you're from, your name?
Can you tell me your name?
No, I'm not going to give any names. All right, good. It's not very professional, is it? Like you're talking to a member.
How's
Yeah, I
that
know,
not
but you're talking
professional?
because I'm a member of the public.
Okay.
You're doing a service to the public.
I'm a member of the public.
Now listen closely, because this is where things shift. The word suspicious gets thrown out, casually, carelessly. But let's be real, suspicion isn't law, it's emotion. And emotion doesn't give authority. Filming in public? Completely legal. Yet the officer leans on discomfort instead of facts. That's the danger, guys. When feelings replace law, trust doesn't just crack, it starts collapsing fast.
You know, got all these like tattoos and that.
God forbid.
Little fit like jewellery and this and that.
And I've got earrings as well, sir.
He looks quite presentable.
Oh, thank you.
Don't know what's going on here, but
It's a bit
do
discriminating.
you mind identifying yourself?
Yeah, it's PC Fraser, attached to the police station.
Young man, that's a bit discriminating, isn't
I'm
it?
not being discriminating
You are.
anyone.
You're saying I've got tattoos, this, that, and the
I'll
other.
just say these two look a bit more presentable than you do.
So because I have tattoos and piercings makes me unpresentable,
I
does
think
it?
so, yeah.
Well, that's your
For the
opinion, young
job
man.
you're doing, yeah, it's my opinion. Right, we done?
Fortunately, ways have come forward in the way.
Alright, now it gets personal. The officer tries to blur the line, I'm a member of the public too. Sounds clever, but it's not honest. Because wearing that uniform changes everything. Power comes with responsibility. You don't get to hide behind equality when you hold authority. This is where accountability matters most. And right here, it's being dodged instead of owned.
This is my police station that I work from, so I could stand here.
All right.
The same as you want
Bit
to
odd,
stand
isn't
here.
it?
Well, it's a bit odd that you're stood here, young man.
Young man.
Well, what would you like me to call you? You've not
Sir?
identified yourself.
Sir?
Are you a sir?
I'm a member of the public.
Are you a sir?
My tax pays for your wage. That would be...
Your tax pays for my wage?
Yes.
Well, your tax personally
The council tax
pays
that I
my
pay.
wage?
Yes, it does.
Well, mine personally? Because I pay tax as well.
All right, I don't want to get into that argument.
I don't think that would go very far.
You pay tax on tax.
And here comes the clash of opinions. Appearance, tattoos, professionalism. The officer defends himself, but misses the bigger picture. You can't represent authority and reject public perception at the same time. That's not how it works. The auditor isn't attacking, he's reflecting. Holding up a mirror. And instead of handling it calmly, the officer gets defensive. That's ego stepping in, loud and clear.
Anyhow, is there anything I can do for you?
Well, you can tell me your name if you want to.
I don't need to, do I? I don't want to. I don't want to.
Fair enough.
Okay. Hope you have a lovely day.
You too.
Fraser, do you want to... We're just going to stand there, are we?
I can do.
It's just
I'm on till 11 tonight. I can stand here. Can I not
It's
stand
just a
here?
bit of a waste of your time, isn't it?
Slightly.
Do you think taxpayers are going
But
to
I'm a
be
bit
happy
more
with
concerned
you just
about you because
standing
you're
around?
acting really suspiciously. You're very
Am I?
anti-police.
I'm not anti
You
anyone.
don't want to give any details over. You
What?
could be a wanted offender for all I know.
Now things get shaky. The officer suggests, out of nowhere, that the man could be a wanted criminal. Seriously? No evidence. No facts. Just pure speculation. This is where it crosses the line, guys. Because law doesn't work on maybe. It works on proof. And right here, there is none. This isn't policing anymore, it's guessing, and that's a dangerous game.
So, what suggests to you that I may be a wanted offender? Would a wanted offender come and record outside a police station?
A lot of people do actually, because they want to get picked up to go to court.
Alright, well, I don't want to get picked up. I'm not wanted.
Do you want to tell me you're recording me on another
I don't need
device?
to, do I?
I don't need to tell you I'm recording.
No, you do. It's in your policy to tell us, because if I want to make a subject access request for the information you're collating on me,
I don't necessarily need to
that's,
record
no, that's the
people,
reason
do
you
I?
have to let people know, because you're subject to
I have
data
to let you know at
protection.
one point during the interaction, yeah.
At a time that's practical.
Yeah.
And the reasons for that is because you work for an institution that handles data. So say I want to request that information you've collected on me, that's the reason. Obviously I don't have to abide by GDPR.
Okay.
So I don't need to let you know, yeah?
Do you have access to any drones today?
Possibly.
You do, because there's been one flying around our police station, and obviously with the aviation laws you're not allowed to do that.
Okay, which aviation law is that?
You tell me.
Alright, let's talk facts. Drone laws, filming rights, GDPR. This is where knowledge separates control from chaos. The officer makes bold claims but can't back them up. And that silence? It says everything. The auditor knows the law better, and that flips the power dynamic instantly. This is why knowing your rights matters. Because without that knowledge, moments like this can spiral fast.
Well, that makes sense.
Hello, did you miss me?
You've got a staff.
Come over to see me now. That's nice.
You've got an area where staff can cycle the cycles, yeah. And there's not many staff cycles in there. It's more of a where you put the seized electric scooters.
Is there a reason you're zooming in on me specifically, young man?
The reason you're stood like that?
What, stood here?
Is there a reason your hands are in your pockets?
Are you quite new
Because
to
you're no
this?
threat to me, I've already explained this.
You look quite young.
Yeah, I'm quite young.
It's nice to see youngsters in the force, to be
Let me
honest.
get a bit of closer picture to you. Because you like zoomed in on me. Make sure I can get your full outfit.
Who's the most senior out of you three? Of your league?
Probably my colleague over there.
this guy's the most senior out of you three. How long have you been serving?
Just
long
left
enough.
of service.
Just PCs, mate.
What makes him more senior?
You don't like me, do you?
No, I don't mind you. I'm indifferent
Well, you
towards
said a
you.
minute ago you didn't like me and you didn't want to speak to me, and you said I should leave you alone because I'm wasting your time.
I didn't say I
You've
didn't
come
like
over to
you.
see me again.
Because you're entertaining.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I've told him, I just like to speak to your colleague. Do you know the legislation?
Sorry?
He's got a very good sense of humour. It wouldn't hurt to smile, would it, young man?
Conversation.
There we go.
Obviously, because you're in a public place, and obviously you've got the train station.
This must be like the special unit.
If it's above a certain
Myself, I'm on an emergency response team.
Yeah, this is definitely some sort of special unit. You three.
When you're saying special, is that another derogatory term, or?
percent sure. I just want to ask you, that's all, mate. It's
Just my opinion. What do I know?
I know. God forbid I share my opinion, though.
No, you can.
No, I'm not allowed, unfortunately.
Freedom of speech.
Yeah, I wish.
So are we done here?
I already said that before. Yet you've come over to speak to me again, and then zoomed in on me, which I found a bit. And what's your intention with your footage?
Just use it for my own recreation.
Okay. And do I have any access rights to that, bearing in mind you're filming myself and asking for my identity?
No.
No?
We had that conversation.
So if I don't give you permission to show my face in anything, you have to blur it out, don't you?
No, I don't.
I think you do. Because you have to ask if you're happy for me to be filmed, especially if you're going to publicise it to the public.
You're in public.
I think you need to understand things a bit better. So if I don't give you consent to show my face, you need to blur it out.
No, I don't.
No?
No, that's not how it works.
Now watch this closely. The officer tries to claim consent is needed to film him. That's flat out wrong. In public, there's no expectation of privacy, especially for police on duty. This is a critical moment. Because misunderstanding the law while enforcing it, that's serious. And instead of correcting course, the officer doubles down. That's not confidence, that's dangerous ignorance. Alright guys, final moments, and look how the tone shifts. Suddenly, calm. Even friendly. But don't be fooled. The damage is already done. What started as curiosity turned into tension, ego, and legal confusion. This is exactly why audits exist, to expose these moments. Because in the end, it's not about winning arguments, it's about protecting rights. And today, those rights were tested hard.